Hello, Guru Nation. Welcome back to another day, another live stream episode. This time it's live stream. I've got Eva and I've got Ashley Marago, and we are here to talk to you about a lot of stuff. We're here to answer your questions. This is a live stream, as you can see under the ticker, right under Ashley, actually. Ashley, just point down on the ticker. You see, clinical research is booming, guys. And we're here to talk to you about career pathways and specifically how you can get in on the fun, get in on the action, and really make like a good career for yourself. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching, Facebook, how are you? LinkedIn, how's it going? And YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, and anything else good you can do. It's good karma. Treat this video with a good karma. Share with someone else. Put a heart. Put some hearts. I don't know what you do. Thumbs up. Those things are good. Carla, how's it going? This is a free plug. Thank you. Perfect timing. Free plug.
Yay!
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Carla. We're
Free
gonna see
plug
you
for tomorrow.
tomorrow.
This is our guest of
Woo!
honor tomorrow, Carla Vera Navas. And she's
Excited.
going to be talking about phase one, her career. Talk about career pathways. Carla's like perfect to talk about this kind of stuff. So everybody go to latinosinclinicalresearch.com right now, subscribe right now, and get notified because I'm sending a reminder tomorrow. I sent an email out this morning, sending a reminder out tomorrow for everybody to join the Zoom call tomorrow, latinosinclinicalresearch.com. It's not too late. So thank you, Carla. And thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Raul. How's everybody doing? So, career pathways. Everybody wants to get in on the action. I don't think people understand the versatility that this industry affords us. Uh, really, the name of the game is get in. And then once you're in, if you have any ounce of vision, you will be able to start to see. I mean, it becomes obvious at some point. You'll start to see where you can go, where's the good, where's the industry headed, where you can fit in, where you'll be happy. Because just because something pays good doesn't mean you're going to be happy there. I know many miserable
Exactly.
Yeah,
CRAs.
that's exactly right.
So let's
Hmm.
start with that. Let's start. You guys seem to both
Yeah.
like that at the same time. If you were watching live, you'd be putting thumbs up. So
Yeah.
what's happening? What's happening? Talk to me about that.
You go
I
first.
would like to mention something. Yeah, thank you. So, I always tell people when they ask me about career paths, I always mention that one good way to start that will give you a really solid foundation, and then to jumpstart your career in this, in this industry, and not just that, but also will give you a nice perspective on which path you want to take, is becoming a clinical research coordinator. And I tell you why. First of all, you're going to learn, obviously, you're going to meet a lot of people in the industry. You're going to see being a clinical research coordinator is not an entry level position. However, it allows you to see basically from the bottom up all the potential or the possible careers that you can take, and it's going to give you a very strong knowledge of
Hmm.
how everything works. Because let's say, for example, let's say you want to become a clinical research associate. It's well known in the industry that the best monitors once were clinical research coordinators, because at the
Yes.
end of the day, the monitors are going to be monitoring the site, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Then, for example, let's say you want to become you have a knack for um, project management. Guess what? Being a clinical research coordinator kind of train you to be a good project manager, because you're being a project manager as a clinical research coordinator in a lower level, but still you're managing the whole project in your site. And then let's say you want to be in data management. By being a clinical research coordinator, you know how it works, how the queries are answered, how the EDC works, and basically what the sites want. So you can give an insight of that in the sponsor level, how that works. Let's say I mean, it's an endless possibilities, right? I'm just putting
Hmm.
some examples. Let's say, for example, you like marketing and you are really good at PR. If and you're working as a clinical research coordinator, guess what? You can be doing that exactly that in a sponsor level, promoting studies, promoting, bringing interest patients to the study,
Hmm.
bringing. I mean, because you already know, obviously, the marketing and the PR part, but on top of that, you know the site perspective. So, I mean, there is no way that you're gonna be losing or missing anything by being a clinical research coordinator. I think clinical research coordinator is one of the best foundations to be successful in this industry.
Yeah, 100%. And for me personally, like I think what I wanted was a CRA. I wanted that position right away. And really, of course, naturally, what was focused to me is just that I had already worked at site level before, and I mean, I wanted the next step up with the CRO or sponsor. Um, and I really wasn't too fond about the idea of an RSM just, being home and working remote, but that being the position I got, I'm so happy that that's how it happened because the things that I liked about CRA, which obviously, you get to travel, you get to meet different people from all over, and obviously you get paid more, right? Were all really great, bigs for me. But now that I'm in the industry and I see how that differentiates when it comes to stress level and when it comes to, how you're busy and stuff like that, you know, it made it very clear as to what was a good fit for me because I'm also very active outside of work. I help the CRC Academy and, I also do things with the CRA Academy and then I have Latinos in clinical research. So for me,
And you help with my Patreon.
yes, I help with the Patreon.
Shameless plug. Shameless
Shameless
plug.
plug,
And
yes.
the clinical research circle too.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. So I mean, I'm very, very, very busy and RSM just works for me right now. If you had to talk to somebody that is new, has all this, passion and energy and has nothing else to do outside of work, it's like, okay, well then yeah, then that would be really helpful and useful for you. But at this case for me, it wasn't the case. And so it goes back to, what you say, Monica. It's good to consider all positions because ultimately you learn things from that perspective of that job. And as I always tell my clients, don't just leave yourself and put all your eggs in one basket. Always be open because you will learn and there's going to also be things that you probably like more that you thought you wouldn't like about that position. And it's just brings a lot more to clarity. So definitely be open to all sorts of things and because sometimes what you want isn't always the best thing for you, right? Sometimes how they say you wish don't be careful what you wish for, right? Because sometimes when you get it, it's like,
Yes.
yeah,
Be
you know?
careful what you wish for, guys. Career pathways, you will have options. It's unheard of if you're in clinical research and you've been in the industry for even 2 years that you're not going to have options. This is why I tell
Mhm.
all of our students, and this goes with Carla. I bet 90% of the CRAs got in the job by coincidence. Just
Mhm.
ask. This will change now. You can train to become a CRA. So we have two. We have the CRA Academy and
Mhm.
we have the CRC Academy. It is our job to make sure that it's not by accident anymore, that people don't just stumble into it.
Yeah.
And we tell all of our students, take the first job you can get. It
Mhm.
doesn't even matter what it is, as long as it's clinical research. Obviously, I think the smaller the better. The smaller the company, the better as a
Mhm.
starting place, which
Yes.
seems a little bit counterintuitive. A lot of people think the bigger places. And look, big or small doesn't matter. Just get it because you're gonna read underneath what we said. Career pathways, you will have options. So,
Mhm.
like we teach to be generalist. We teach how to get in the industry. We teach how to do well to get noticed. Ashley Matago is now doing everyone's CV in the CRC Academy
Mhm.
as part of the course.
Yes.
And she's like a legend when it comes to LinkedIn and resume creation. So get in the industry. But like I said earlier, figure out, and you won't know what is meant for you or what's not meant for you until you start doing something. Even like if you want to be a CRA and you become a coordinator first, you're still going to get a taste of what it's like to be a CRA because you're going to see CRAs coming to your site, you're going to interact with sites. You might change your mind. You might say, "Well, I wanted to be a CRA, but now that I actually work with them, I see that it's not what I thought, and I'd rather be whatever,
Site owner.
XYZ." Side owner. We have a
Side
lot of
owner.
students. We have a lot of students
Yes.
from CRA Academy. I know CRC Academy is newer, but we've had like 5 years of CRA Academy. Like 15% of our graduates decide to be site owners after they come to California to visit with me and Chris. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know you can do this. I thought you had to have, like an institution, like a hospital." No, you can have just a regular office. Watch the video I did with Monica today. We uploaded it. We're in a clinical research site, potential site. It's, just a regular medical office. Nothing fancy. So, what do you guys think about this?
I think that that's 100% true. I mean, I couldn't say any better. And I would even say this, that if you are new to the industry, and obviously not because shameless plugging, right? But honestly, if you have no experience, CRC and CRA Academy are your best options, not only because you're getting the exposure and understanding of the information you're going to be having to use on a daily basis, but you're also, you all also provide, internship, right? And so through the internship, you're also getting that exposure. So not only are you adding that cert on your resume to solidify that you know what you're doing coming in, but you're also saying, okay, but I also got internship, right? I got internship, and then on top of that, you're getting help with your CV, because I can tell you from personal experience, I've had clients that have came to me that have been in the industry for over 5, 10 years, and even the resumes were just not great. You know what I mean? And so if you're coming in with all of that, and you're also being trained how to adequately speak about your strengths and the kind of things that they're looking for in your interviews and stuff like that, you know, that's it. That's really what you need. And so yes, you want experience, but if you don't have it, doesn't mean you can exclude. There are steps to making things happen for you. And I believe that going through the academy is probably the quickest way to kind of overstep some, little learn lessons that people
Quickest.
do. Yeah, the quickest,
Quickest. But you
exactly.
know what? Not the only. I don't want to make this just the infomercial
Hmm.
for CRA and CRC Academy.
Hmm.
It is the quickest, but I tell every single student, regardless of which academy they want,
Hmm.
you can do all this on your own for free.
Yes.
All right, it's just going to take a lot of work, a lot of more time. We shorten that time period. You pay for it. We shorten it. We make it happen for you. We help you in the process. But at
Hmm.
the end of the day, what does the employer want? The employer wants somebody who, even if they don't have a lot of experience, and when you're in the CRA or CRC Academy, you will get experience. So, but even if it's a little bit of experience, employer really wants someone who understands what research is, because they don't want, the last thing an employer wants is to hire somebody who thinks they know what clinical research is. Then they get hired, they invest time to train them, and then the person realizes, well, this is not what I thought, so I'm going to go do something else. That just wastes a lot of time and money. This is
Hmm.
why they want passion, they want dedication, they want ambition. You can see from all the comments here. Look, Corwin, former student, CRA Academy helped me to be open to different types of job career and not solely focus on CRA positions. Corwin got
Great.
hired in the CRC Academy. We have so many similar examples. We had one of our students take from the CRA Academy. They took their monitoring report during the remote internship. We give everyone to do a monitoring report. They took their monitoring report to the interview with them, like on Zoom. And they, like, when the questions came up, what do you do in your current role? They showed them. They're like, look, this is exactly what we do. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about source, regulatory, IP,
Very good.
SAEs? What do you have? What do you want? I have it all for you. It's like a server at a restaurant. What do you want? This is our special today. Okay, this is what it is. And in the CRC Academy, we have the internship, which is like Monica designed like this project. I mean, you can talk, about these real life things to get the employer to realize that not only do you understand what research entails, but you're able and willing to do it, and you're competent enough to be able to get started. That's really what employers care. This is why they say 2 years or more of experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they say that, for what I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. And then um, obviously once you start doing hands-on in the internship, then you realize what everything that you were learning in class is truly applicable to real life because
Mm-hmm.
everything that we teach is applicable. We don't teach any fillers. We don't have any fillers class. We don't teach you history. We teach you what it is.
Yeah.
You can learn the history from the 5 hour video or from the book. You know, you can learn about GCP for free. You just go to the FDA website and you can read GCP all you want. That's
Mm-hmm.
free. There's free trainings on GCP too. That really means nothing unless you can translate it into the proper context of the role that you're applying for and interviewing for, which gets a lot more complicated. It's like saying you know how to do math, but you've never gone further than algebra and they require in calculus,
Yeah.
for your job description. I mean, it's like there's levels to this, guys. Levels. Make sure you put the hearts, likes, comment, subscribe. Throw your comments in there. Share. We've got two legends in the house, Monica Paula Quitiva, MPC, and Ashley Margot from the AM Approach and LICR. Here's a comment. This is a big comment. Sorry, Ashley. It's covering your
No,
face.
it's all good.
LinkedIn user. Even after you settle in, make constant learning a part of your job. I started as a receptionist at a compounding lab. As the company grew, I asked to take on new tasks. When we got into clinical research, I asked to be part of it. Eventually, I was the point person for all of our projects and got to stand in
Awesome.
for our national clinical trial director. Exactly.
That's
Wow.
Guys,
wonderful. Exactly.
we have a very shy I have a very shy business partner. Her name's Rosario Diaz. She started out back in 2005, even before I started. She started out as our front desk receptionist. She was answering calls, refilling prescriptions for the psychiatrist, authorize everything front desk do, authorizing insurance, and I started doing the research there. She was there. I got to the point where I got so busy I had to hire, like, I ran out of people I knew who to hire. I hired my friend from college. So that was my first employee. Then I ran out of people I knew. I was like, "Hey, Rosario, you want to, like, do research? You want to be a coordinator?" And she said yes. And she already knew the medications, everything. So now she, like, 15 years later, she's a site owner, two sites that she owns with
Oh
us,
wow.
owns a part of a building. Like, this is the career pathway that she took on, right? And so this is a perfect example. I wish she was less shy to come on. Every now and then she does a live stream, but I have to force her. I
And
have to grab my
she's
phone and put it in her face.
and she's such a great professional. Like, I mean, she actually was part of my teaching team. It was her, Dan, Carlos, Chris. Without them, I wouldn't be here.
I did very little, Monica, let's face it. I just
Dan,
threw you in and said,
no,
"Hey,
no, no, no,
figure
no.
it out.
You did a lot. You did a lot.
Figure it out."
Well, I think that's
You're
awesome.
still doing a lot.
Aw,
Yes,
thank you,
you do
Monica.
do a lot then. We do a lot. And I think to say to that, like, it's pretty amazing having to hear those kinds of stories. My background, I was a medical assistant while in college and was in a hybrid clinic. And on the side that the clinical research was done, there's only two people. No one would ever go over there, and one day they needed help, and I didn't even know that that side existed in the clinic. So I went over there and I was like, oh, this is interesting. What are you doing? And they kind of said, oh, we do research and XYZ. And I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. Let me help out. And so, I was supposed to be on the other side. So I actually technically was not doing the full job I was supposed to because I was helping the other area in research. But it ended up paying off because I ended up liking it. I knew what I wanted and just kind of went from there. Right. So I think if anybody is interested, especially interested in taking the academies, they should go to Dan's videos. And I'm sure, Monica, you've also interviewed people as well from your previous classes, and go see for yourself. Listen to
Yeah.
all the comments that they've made themselves.
Here's what you need to do, and actually, that relates. Excellent segue, Ashley. I see what
Hmm.
you did there because you saw the comment and you, on the fly, made that statement. So
Mhm.
it's exactly right. Perfect segue. After being out of the job market for 4 years, I want to jump back into the industry. Any tips? Guys, first of all, you're doing the right thing by commenting on LinkedIn. Start networking with people on LinkedIn here. Another thing,
Mhm.
LatinosInClinicalResearch.com. Open to all backgrounds. It's basically just a networking portal
Platform.
at this. I mean, we got a lot of missions and objectives, but for you guys and gals, it's to network and get to know. Do you know what it's like? I mean, there's value in these smaller organizations. Small is the new big. You can actually get in on these Zoom calls with us, get to know us personally, get to know the other users. It's still small and intimate
Mhm.
to where you can network with each other, help one another out. This is how you get back in the industry. You get involved. You get involved with smaller organizations. Like there's bigger ones too, like ACRP and SOCR, and they understand this important too. Small is the new big. They make local chapters. But like even smaller than that is LatinosInClinicalResearch.com.
Mhm.
Absolutely recommend you do that. Open to all ethnicities. This is how you jump back in. It's people at the end of the day. This is a
Yeah.
people oriented business industry, and this is what you do. What advice do you have for a LinkedIn user?
Oh, you're talking to me. Sorry. I was just like, for LinkedIn, I would suggest utilizing your page to its fullest potential, making sure you utilize each section throughout your profile. A lot of people don't use that, and I'm even talking about to the levels of like directors. I've been curious and gone to go look at their pages, and it's just skimp, but for again, not necessarily that they need it, right? But just so you understand the importance of utilizing it all, and then also making sure that your network is focused within the industry and people that are leaders or leading in the industry, because they have probably first access or in the know to all the new webinars, free information, free events, free access points like clubhouses and stuff like that, where you can get free one-on-one direct conversation with individuals within the research that are leading, that are also hiring, that are happy to help you what you need to have on your resume or what you need to say on an interview or what jobs are open, etc. So again, it's as hard as you work, right? So if you're willing to put in the time and the effort to find these connections, make things work for you, things will work out. I've had clients before that they're just like, okay, well, the next day, okay, well, I'm not getting any hits. I'm like, okay, but you just creating your profile is not the only thing that's going to get everybody to flock to you. You need to make yourself available. You need to go out there and look for people and connect, right? And this is why, again, not just like Dan said, not just Latinos in clinical research, all these organizations, these are perfect one-way segment, sorry, excuse me, one-way connections to people that are in the leading places of where you want to work, right? So honestly, there's no excuse, I don't think, for people not to get jobs or get hired within the industry that they want. It may not be the exact job that they want right away, but again, as we've all seen, a testament to my story as well as the other person's story that Dan just read. Sometimes your journey is going to be a little bit longer to where you want to go, but the whole point is getting your foot in and getting started, right? And so do the work and get it done.
Yeah, nothing happens like that only. I
Mm-mm.
mean, you have to put time, effort, and obviously if you don't I mean, like Dan always says, if you want different results, if you want amazing results, you need to make amazing efforts.
Mhm.
Nothing happens just like out of the blue. If you don't
Exactly.
do anything, that's exactly what you're gonna get. Nothing.
Mhm. And more specifically too, if you're coming from an industry that is not necessarily like, say you have no background experience in research, and you come and you take the academies, right? And then you finish and you're looking for a job, but you're doing the same efforts that you're doing if you were in a receptionist position in the past or in a position of data entry. You're going into an industry that's highly competitive, one, and then two, it's also very what's the word, condensed, to where there's only so many CROs and so many sponsors. So you're going to have to do things differently to get the attention of these companies, especially if you don't want site level, right? You're going to have to do things very, very differently. So don't assume that you can continue to do things the way you used to prior to coming into a new industry. The whole point of coming into this industry of research is because it's competitive, is because you're doing really great things with amazing people, right? You're getting paid well, benefits, and all these things. It's not going to come very easy, right? So again, the work is super important.
Absolutely. Let's go through some of these comments.
Mhm.
How an international medical graduate gets a job as a safety pharmacovigilance in the U.S. First of all, I'm not sure if it's possible. I think you can be in that role, in PV role. I know you cannot be a medical monitor. It's simple. It's the same advice we give to everyone. It starts at the site level. I think IMGs are perfect coordinators. And once you become a coordinator, you can jump into a whole lot of other stuff. Scroll, look what's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. It's there for a reason. It's to hypnotize you. Career
Yeah.
pathways. You will have options.
In
Um,
fact, in our classes in the CRC Academy, I will say like 50% of the students are international physicians. So this is a great way for them to start. And then from here, like I was saying, the world is your oyster. You can envision which direction you want to take. Um, I mean, this industry is so amazing. It's so how can I say? It's eclectic
Yeah.
because it gives you so many options
Mhm.
that I mean, basically you can follow your passion here. Obviously, there are some things that are not part of pharmaceutical industry, but in general, I will say that basically everything. I mean, you can think about any kind of career that you feel passion or any kind of particular task that you really like. We more likely have it in the pharmaceutical industry and research. So, and not just and
that's a
besides
famous Monica
talking
quote.
about and besides talking about career paths and stuff, just imagine all the impact that we're creating outside in the world. We're helping research advance. We're helping the improving quality of life. I mean, so it's like what best industry to be in, right?
Exactly.
Here's another one. I still need to put a resume together, really starting from scratch. I got into pharma very young. Haven't searched job. I got two words for you, Ashley Madigo. Actually, three words. Ashley Madigo, LinkedIn. There we go.
Sure.
Um,
Feel free to reach out to me in my direct message.
Austin says you can also reach out. Shout out to Austin. Very active
Yeah,
in the
Austin.
comments.
Yes.
Austin's great. You can
Fellow
also reach
PPD.
out to. Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, I believe so.
Shout out to PPD. You can also reach out to people working in the industry and ask to book a 10-minute phone call. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to speak with you and give you tips.
Oh,
Absolutely
that's
true.
great.
Absolutely
Mhm.
true.
Yes.
I would come with something for them too, though. If you're gonna
Exactly.
ask, come with them. Like what's in it for them. Find their why. Everybody has a why.
Hmm.
It's different. Ashley is dead on. Your dreams don't work unless you do. So stop dreaming and start doing, is my quote. And you better like what you're doing because let me tell you something. And I understand that I'm not like a old wise man, even though the name's Guru. Like the journey is where it's at, not the
Yeah.
destination. In research, the destination is like really when you retire. I mean,
Hmm.
the journey, you better like what you're doing because you're going to be doing a lot of it and you can always change companies, you can change jobs, but you better have some kind of north star that can get you through the tough times because tough times are there, stressful times are there. All
Yes.
of us are go through it every day.
Hmm.
Look at Monica and Ashley what they do every day. It's stressful, but it gets them through it is having a north star. Um, Man, we got a lot of questions. What
Oh,
what is
wow.
your guys' north star before we get to the questions? Like what
Oof.
gets you through? What
Wow.
gets
I
you
know.
through?
We,
I
You
have
didn't
man.
come
many.
here. You didn't come here and think it would be easy to get on my live streams. This is not like the other channels. This is not like the other channels where we just talk about how we all hold hands and help each other. This is real reality. You guys both
um,
have very stressful jobs.
So I think for me, I love my job and I love what I do. Now this is just like my job, right? I like that it's just, that I'm helping individuals somewhere out there, that I'm making a difference. But I think honestly, what probably my biggest impact, and not just now, but continuously will be, was going to be with the Academy and with Latinos in Clinical Research and the Circle. I think they're all very innovative and a different in their own sectors and what they're doing. And for me, the helping part obviously is great, but it like you said, down the journey, I love at the end of the day when I'm like super tired and maybe it was a stressful day because we had so many meetings and all this good stuff, where I sit down and I'm just like, my gosh, we just started. This time next year, where are we gonna be? Like, if we continue like this every day, like we have, where are we gonna be this time next year? And it gets me excited just thinking about that. Like, I love thinking
And we're
about,
not with LICR, for example,
mhm,
we're not even focused on the money. We're not
yeah,
monetizing. There's
No.
yeah,
not even a real plan
yeah,
other than like sponsorships here and there, but we know it's going to come. If you end up helping more people and provide a value,
yes,
then the marketplace values that service and you're going to get paid for it at some point. So
yes.
that's our North Star there. What about you, Monica? You can't get off the hook.
Well, I have to say that for me, the North Star that drives me every day is to enhance or to take this industry to a different level,
Hmm.
um, to improve many things. So that means bring diversity, bring more workforce, educate more people about this industry. I feel, I mean, this probably sounds like a cliche, but I am so passionate about this industry that for me right now, uh, this everything that we're doing is out of passion. I really enjoy every single part of it.
Hmm.
Before the academy, I never knew I had so much passion for teaching, and now I know I don't
You're a
mind
very good
taking.
teacher too.
Thank you. I don't mind spending longer period talking with the students because I want them to be successful too. I
Hmm.
want people to understand all the beauty of this industry. So that's my goal. Bringing this industry to a different level. And how are we doing this? We're doing it through clinical research. Coordinator Academy, educating people. We're doing it to the CRC Academy, educating people. We're doing it through
The
Latinos
circle.
in Clinical Research, bringing a lot of diversity to the industry
Hmm.
and educating the population about it, educating young communities about it, the younger
Next
professionals,
generation, yeah.
Getting into
exactly,
high
younger
school too.
generation,
Yes, get into high
and then
school.
with the clinical research circle we're educating the professionals and we're also how you say like showing companies that are bringing to the industry so much
Value.
value, and showing the CEOs behind this, showcasing the whole thing behind the scenes.
Hmm.
So I mean,
It's awesome.
that's yeah,
The best way
and
to
like
put it.
Ashley, I mean, just thinking about how this is going to all our little um dedicate. I mean, not little, but our
But
dedication, our passion, and everything, and all our input in the industry. Where it's gonna take us next year? We're doing it like with all our energy, with all our passion, with
mhm,
like in not thinking in like, for example, are we getting paid for my time? No,
mhm.
we're doing it because we're doing efforts that I just mentioned recently, we're doing amazing efforts because we know we're going to get amazing results.
Exactly. And that's something I like to tell my clients and just general people in general. You give, if you give enough, it always comes back. It comes back in different forms, but you have to be open and okay with just providing value first, right? Before I started the AM approach, well, I think I did maybe like 50 or close to 100 free reviews. Like, I did a lot. I was just running through them like crazy. And I was just like, oh, well, I mean, if I do end up doing this, at least I'll have, some reviews for me, or at least I'll have a word of mouth. And that's literally how it's been. I don't spend one penny on marketing anywhere. I don't even post on my social feeds or anything because it's word of mouth now. And so, and that in itself shows you when you give enough and you give good value, um, things just you get noticed, you get turned around. I mean, if it wasn't for what I did, you would have never, y'all, both of y'all would have never have, considered to reach out to me for all these different ventures we're doing.
Yeah, we saw the results.
Yeah.
We saw the
So
Yeah.
results. We
it's,
got
And
more
then, how
questions.
about you? How about
oh
you?
yeah.
What's your north?
Oh,
What's
you're
your
gonna get me
star?
off the
Yeah.
hook. You know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
I've
you're
seen
not.
my North Star is I'm an entrepreneur. Like I'm gonna be keeping it real. Like we do Mondays, keeping it real with Marjorie. By the
Yeah.
way,
Don't miss
uh,
out.
I got an Angel game today, so I might miss out. But I'm going to Angel game. It's reopened. But
Ooh.
I'll try to join for keeping it real. I'm an entrepreneur. So everything I've done from the site owner, like when I had the decision, do you want to stay a coordinator, you want to go be a CRA, you want to go to med school, or you want to just take over the site? To me, it was a no-brainer. Money is money was only my north star to a certain level, uh, because I did not get into med school, but I wanted to be a doctor. I
Mhm.
always thought, well, if my income is the same as a doctor, I'm good. That's like my floor, and I've been lucky enough to be able to do that for the past couple of years. So I'm like anything above that is like just icing on the cake. I'm not
Exactly.
in this for the money. We're not doing LICR because of the money, but I am doing it because I've seen the way ideas can change the industry. Like just an
Yeah.
idea you get in your head. I've seen how powerful that can be if you execute it properly. How you can take like just a dream from your head and make it like real impact, and then the impact becomes something you'd never dreamed of actually. Because reality is a little bit different from dream. I mean, dream is good for inspiration, but the reality takes on another form, which oftentimes even better. So my North Star is entrepreneur, like create ideas to reality, and then being able to disrupt the industry. I mean, from the sponsor level to CRO sites, financial, what we're doing with the circle with social investor. So that's my North Star is just like connecting all these things to disrupt the industry in a positive way, and in a process helping out all the viewers. I mean, like Ashley, for example, I would have never met Ashley if it wasn't for my YouTube videos, and Ashley is now a business partner. Monica I met because one of our business partners introduced me to Monica, but people like Ashley who I met only because of this, and there's been other people like Carla Navas as one example, Marjorie, Rod. There's countless people I've met through the fact that I make these videos that I would have never, if I were just the site owner staying in my little office, I would have never met these people. Maybe at conferences, and then how are you going to remember? You meet so many people, how are you going to remember? So
Yeah.
that's my North Star. I don't know if that's a real answer, but that's my North Star.
No, that's a good answer.
But it's important for people to have this North Star. And you make your own North Star too.
Yeah, I think I
Hmm.
mean, in any career, anyways, in life, you need a North Star. Otherwise, you're going to be driving without
That's
direction.
right.
Yes.
Dedicate Javier Navas, Carla Vera Navas' husband. We did a podcast. Dedication and passion are key to whatever you want to be successful in.
Exactly.
Of course, get pumped, people. I want to see likes, hearts, comments, subscriptions. Okay, do all that. How a clinical assistant in a big CRO, mainly dealing with ETMF documents and performing file review and using CTMS, how can I go into CRA or clinical project management? You can. You know why? Because they're hiring. There's a supply and demand. So it depends how long you've done this. I would start applying. If it's not working out, I would change companies. But you're at a big CRO, so it can work out. Don't be afraid to take a step back and go to a research site and then work your way up from a coordinator that way. Because the coordinator can make good money too. I mean, it's similar to what a CTA would make at a big CRO. So that's my advice for you guys.
Also, I'd say that if you're already in a CRO, there's such a huge need right now for individuals in general that have experience. So you can let them know that you are interested in moving up. And if they aren't supportive of you, then in that case, of course, start looking externally. But if they see an interest in you to want to move up, more than likely, from what I understand, the CROs and sponsors are very supportive of that because it's kind of saves them a little bit of time in the sense that they would have to get somebody completely outside that doesn't know the culture of the company, that doesn't know the systems, that doesn't know the processes and protocols and all that stuff. So I think that you actually already in a really good situation. Just reach out to your line manager or whoever is your manager and speak to them candidly about your want to move up in the industry. And they should support you.
Also, Ashley is being too nice because you should reach out to Ashley for your resume. Because we can, there's probably some things Ashley can do with that.
Yes, most
CRC
definitely.
Academy have campus in USA. Yes, it's they're virtual classes on Zoom, and then there's modules as well, so it's all virtual. But the internship is in person in lovely Orange County, California, which is nestled between Los Angeles and San Diego, and
Nestled.
a stone's throw from the Pacific Ocean.
Oh my God. Sounds very beautiful.
Yeah, there's parts
Yeah.
of it that are. Uh,
Monica, you're on mute.
Monica, we understand still. We understand from the passion.
No, I was saying that the CRC Academy is now going to be teachable,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and the C and the internship is now being transferred to also
Virtual.
a remote because of COVID.
Mhm.
So so everything is going to be remote.
Austin says, "Go
Nice.
PPD." We got a lot of. Let's go through these comments, guys.
Yes.
Um, I believe all the tools are there and shown. So Raul Gonzalez, the spokesperson for our CRC Academy, and a tremendous right-hand man to Monica on the admin side of the CRC Academy. He says, and he's seen firsthand all these students going, get hired, coming in, leaving. They come in, they leave, changed people
Mhm.
with new careers, and they understand and they do what's on the bottom of the screen. Get pumped. Uh, I believe all the tools, and that deserves some hearts, guys. Put some
Yes.
hearts and some thumbs up right now, please, please, please. It helps the algorithm. It will destroy the algorithm. Zuckerberg cannot stop this from getting out. Reid Hoffman on LinkedIn cannot stop this. We have to spread the awareness for clinical research. Let's break the algorithm. Uh, just with the self initiative to listen to this kind of live info and discussion, great stuff. Exactly. And LICR. I mean, guys, the option when I started, we didn't have any of this. I would have
Mhm.
jumped on LICR. I'm actually glad none of this existed because it planted the seed. Let's create this. Let's create. Then I would have had to
Exactly.
Yeah.
think of something else to create.
So Raul is actually a perfect example of a student that was a previous student and now has his own site.
Ah, we gotta interview
Oh,
Raul. We gotta interview Raul, site
yes.
owner. Actually, I keep forgetting to congratulate him on that. That's a real thing, real thing. But be careful. You better like that journey because be careful what you wish for.
Yes.
Ain't always easy.
Nope. Nope.
Ain't always
Because
easy.
no, it's not.
Hewitt said, "Each of you always pump me up. Thank you, thank you,
Oh, thank
Hewitt."
you.
Dan said something about a colleague that owns a site. How do a CRA own a site? Well, you can. It doesn't matter CRA, CRC, or just anybody. You have to have a doctor. There's a link on my website, theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Go to that website, click on the tab, open a research clinic, and watch the 4 hour. There's like 2 hour video on this. It starts with getting a physician interested in working with you. Uh, si se puede. LICR shout out. Thank you so much for super interesting content and discussion. Is it good to join Solers College? I don't even know what that is, but no, it's better CRC Academy. Cheaper, better, faster, quicker, nicer.
Well, I did tell you that if I would have known during college, I would have saved myself probably
Oh yeah, you were
a
an
few
ideal
extra.
customer. You were an ideal customer back then.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I doing the whole thing of, taking extra. I have a lot of friends that come out with their bachelor's in biology or psychology or chemistry. They're not getting any jobs anywhere, especially in the rural areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what ends up happening is that they end up taking out more loans, probably 10, like 15 to 20,000 extra to do a master's, coming out and still probably eventually ended up in the research industry, making what they could have probably made coming out with the cert as a CRA starting at XYZ level, right? So um, yeah,
Or as
I
Dr. Z says, XYZ.
XYZ. Dr. Z is so
Shout
funny.
out to, oh no, not Dr. Z, sorry, Dr.
Wait,
Al.
Dr.
Dr. Al.
Al.
Yeah,
Wait,
my
Dr.
bad.
Al.
Dr.
Yeah.
Z is my PI in San Bernardino. He doesn't
I was
he
gonna
doesn't say
say
that.
what?
When it
Dr.
goes, it's
Al,
like,
Dr. Al. You guys don't know who Dr. Al is? Go subscribe to the Clinical Research Circle right now on YouTube. We review biotech stocks every week. We
you'll
got a
love
good
Dr.
one.
Al. He's
We
so
got a
funny.
good one this
Yeah,
week.
Yeah.
he's
XYZ.
great.
XYZ. Uh, Recap, please. What did she do? Stephanie, you know what? I mean, well, if you're talking about Rosario with the site ownership, she just became a coordinator, and then the opportunity was there for her to become a partner with me on a new clinic that we opened like 60 miles away from the clinic where she started. So
Mhm.
she was willing to make the commitment to drive out there, and so that's how she became a site owner. But if you're a CRA that wants to become a site owner, you just need to find the doctor. And on my website, there's like a 2 hour videos on exactly how to do this. Theclinicaltrialsguru.com, and then click on the thing Open Research Clinic. Um, Dan, same
And
here.
make sure you subscribe, follow, and share.
Yeah, share, follow, subscribe, like, heart, comment, and I don't know what else you can do. Love when a small group of people gets an idea and it snowballs. Next thing you know, it's the new normal. Yes.
Yes.
We need to normalize thinking big, but also executing on that. Everybody on Twitter talking about let's normalize this, let's normalize that. Let's normalize you putting in some work and getting things done. Let's normalize that.
Mhm.
Um, I went from CTA to CRA within 8 months. It's totally possible. Yep. See? Thank you, Victoria. Carla Vera Navas. Ask for a CRA as a buddy. Help them. They will teach you because they need your help. Absolutely. CRAs usually need a shoulder to cry on. So if you're a shoulder to cry on, they're there to help you. Follow RX Dunk on Instagram. RX Dunk. It's so nice to see your face. This guy comments, I didn't know you were a farm D. Did you know that Derek Anderson, little known fact, Derek Anderson, former basketball player, former Kentucky Wildcat, is also a pharmacist, but he made it to the NBA and had a great career.
Oh,
So
wow.
RX Dunk on Insta, yeah, that's amazing. Like nobody talks about that guy. Derek Anderson was, I think he was even an all-star one year, but he had like a 12-year career at least. But he was also a pharmacist, and he
Wow.
played in the NBA. Amazing. We need him on the Patreon. If anyone knows Derek Anderson, I follow him on Twitter. He's really not that famous, which is insane. But follow RX Dunk on Instagram to learn the four-phase dunk performance program. He will even teach you how to dunk if you watch our live streams, guys. I was close. I could dunk a tennis ball in college. Not anymore. Uh, could you please talk about job opportunities in CTMS in USA? I'm from India. Shout out to India. I will never underestimate India again after OCG and Ocugen. Curious to know the advancements happening in CTMS. CTMS is highly specialized. You need to get in. You need to figure out the problems with integrating CTMS with other systems, such as eSource, eReg, etc. Let's go through some of these quickly because I know we gotta go. Um, Two questions. Can you let me know about transitioning from quality assurance positions to CRA positions? What is there to transition? That's
Mhm.
almost the same
Same thing.
job.
Yeah.
It's about putting your resume together. You need to talk to Ashley Margot. It's about putting the skills on your resume and then
Mhm.
wording it. Watch my interview with Calvin. If you don't want to pay Ashley Margot, it's fine. Go watch the interview with Calvin. See what he did. He took notebook this thick, the notebook, okay, with notes of what he learned about clinical research from videos. Took this to the interviews with him and said, "Look, this is my passion for what I did. So this is what you
That's
got
so
to do."
smart.
And then having a bit of international experience in transitioning to the states, that's a little bit harder. You gotta go. You gotta be willing to put in the work, but there's nothing like immigrant hustle.
Hmm.
Nothing like
And
coming across.
Agree.
remember that the industry needs diversity, so this is perfect timing to join.
And
Yes.
by the way, not to, I hope I'm not spoiling ideas for anybody. You see what black women in clinical research is doing. You see what Latinos in clinical research is doing. I don't know. India has over 1 billion people.
Seriously, no,
That's
for
right.
real. Wow.
I don't know what you can do.
Join us in this
Yeah.
world.
So join LatinosInClinicalResearch.com for the blueprint. We give you blueprint for free, guys.
Yeah.
The game is to be told, not sold,
Hmm.
as I learned from Snoop Dogg. Uh, okay. Any thoughts on how to get more education in the industry if you don't have the finances for CRA or CRC academies? Free videos on YouTube.
Hmm.
LatinosInClinicalResearch.com. Guess what? It's free also. The sweat and blood and tears are sold separately,
Going through
but
all
the
of them.
information is there. The commoditized. Okay,
Yeah, that
learn, and
and
apply and network and learn and rinse, wash, rinse, repeat.
Repeat.
Even your shampoo knows what to do.
in the clinical research guru, in the clinical trials guru, there is a video that is 5 hours video that tells you all about the industry. So, I
Took me
mean,
24 hours to upload.
Yeah. Take it in
exactly.
strides, but watch it all. Take it in strides and watch it all and take notes because it's a lot
Yeah.
of good information.
And it's
And like,
free. It's free, but the hustle sold
exactly.
separately.
And like Dan says, watch that until your eyes bleed because you need to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until you understand everything.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
you demonstrate that to the job interviews. That's where it counts.
Yes.
That's where it counts. I love to get more views, but that's not helping you. It helps you in the interview. It helps you on your resume too. Uh, I want your opinion on how a foreign doctor can become a site owner. I believe this path is possible for anyone who makes this target, especially with a medical background. You got to find a licensed physician in your state and work with them as a PI. TheClinicalTrialsGuru.com. Click on Open Research tab. Hewitt Watson with the quintuple hearts.
Heart.
We appreciate this so much.
Thank
Uh,
you. And with that question that Raul was asking,
Yes.
yes.
also joining into, I mean, obviously, this is one of the we're going to say that, but you can do it on your own. But then also you can learn all the basic information, not the basic, I mean, like how to run basically clinical trials, right?
Hmm.
Clinical research
Yeah.
from the site perspective. In the CRC Academy, with that's basically what we obviously you learn how to do clinical research, how to be a clinical research coordinator. But guess what? At the end of the day, the clinical research coordinator, when he's a generalist, is running the whole show.
Exactly.
So
There you go.
another way to start. And then obviously, like Dan was saying, looking for a principal
For a
investigator.
PI.
Uh-huh. And then you got the best thing is that you already have all the medical knowledge. So you're basically talking doctor to doctor. You know what doctors
Yes.
have interest on.
Hmm.
So what else you have to lose?
I
Exactly. Exactly.
exactly right. Anna says, "Si se puede."
Yes.
That's
Sí se
right.
Yes,
puede.
sí se
What are the
puede.
best positions in the industry to apply for if you're still finishing up a BS? Only 20 credits to go. Clinical research coordinator,
Hmm.
clinical research coordinator, clinical research assistant, clinical research coordinator. Small site. Let's say it
Hmm.
together.
Small
Small
site.
Small
That's what
site.
I did.
sites.
I was doing
Not
my
John
bachelor's.
Hopkins, not MD Anderson or whatever it's called, not Georgetown, UCLA, UCSF. Small
Small site.
sites. Crossroads Clinical Trials in what the one me and Monica are gonna start soon.
And like 20 credits is about like about a year and a half, depending on how fast you're going or how slow you're going. At that point, you have more than enough. You're getting paid, you're getting the experience. You come out with your degree, you have experience. Now you come out and you can also not just get paid as a new graduate, but now you can also negotiate for much more higher than starting pay.
We had someone in your same situation, LinkedIn
Mhm.
user, who did the CRC Academy at the same time. And as soon as they finished the CRC Academy, they still weren't done with their college. but they were wrapping up. They got hired with Mount Sinai
Hmm.
in New
Mm-hmm.
York. So coordinator, CRC Academy combined with a bachelor's. If you want to be a CR, start out as the CRC and then work your way to being a CRA or, I mean, anything, anything. The career paths will show you the way. Uh, what position? IMG in USA, clinical research coordinator. What position? IMG if the job in USA, clinical research coordinator. How do I get into pharmacovigilance? Clinical research coordinator. We get the job done. Yes, we do. Clinical research coordinator. What position am I get in the USA? Clinical research coordinator. You guys see the theme? Yes, that video was amazing. Been sucking up the channel. Yes, that's right. So it's getting towards an hour, guys. Like, they should have known it's gonna be problem when Monica and Ashley joined me because each of us can talk for an hour on our own. So what
Yes.
happened when you put all three together?
It's
I mean, this might never end.
Yeah,
This might never end.
for sure.
But thank you guys for watching. Anything else you guys want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, regardless whether you get the academies, whether you get, my services or whatever, there are enough resources out there for you. There's enough abundance out there for everybody. You just need to, really want it, right? To go find it and put in the time. So if you found this interesting, please go look at Dan's videos, go join Latinos in Clinical Research, give yourself the opportunity because through his videos and through our videos and being active in our webinars, that in itself is enough to get you in the place to get around the people you need to be around, right? At least let it be the first step. So do yourself a favor, get it done. Latinos in Clinical Research is open to all ethnicities, so everybody's welcome, and we would love to see you there.
Yeah, and don't miss out tomorrow if you have interest in phase one.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the day.
Not even if you have interest in phase one, if you have interest in creating opportunities for yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, that is like Carla Vera Navas is the model, the blueprint to follow. Like that's the blueprint for that, for creating opportunities. So thank you guys. Monica, anything left you want to say?
No, thank you for watching us.
Thank you
Thank you,
guys,
guys.
and we'll end the live stream now. May you have a happy Monday, and I'll catch you again on Wednesday, going live
Oh,
again, and I'll
one
catch you
quick thing.
tomorrow. Well, go ahead, Monica.
The CRC Academy will start at the end of May if you have interest next class. And yeah, this time is going to be an upgraded CRC Academy. The quality is still the same, amazing, perfect quality, just an upgraded version. And I mean, if you have interest, please feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you guys. Thank you
Awesome.
everybody. Thank you for watching, listening, and we'll catch y'all later. Bye bye.
Bye.